Yo, what is up, guys? I'm back. We're going to talk about some more mechanics. Let's go. Today's topic is air dribbles. We have a lot to cover today, so go ahead, grab a drink, food, whatever. I don't care what it is, but we got a lot to talk about, so let's go. So the first pack we're going to cover is the Jakerl Air&Wall Dribbles pack, okay? Just so you guys know, everything that I talk about here and show is down in the description, so don't forget to check that. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the different types of air dribble setups you can get in Rocket League. There's just a ton of setups, right, that we could start out with. But as we progress further into the video, I'm going to show you how air dribbles can be pretty much done from anywhere in the field, not just these setups. But just for now, we're going to talk about the like couple, 2 or 3 common setups that usually appear in your games that you can practice like so. So scenario number 1 is when the ball bounces in front of you. So in order to get a good setup on this bounce here, we have to kind of like do a single jump and then wait on the second jump and time it right to hit on the bottom. Let me show you guys what I mean. Alright, I'm going to do this shot one more time. I'm going to do this setup one more time, but now I'm in half speed, so like I'm slowed down a bit so that I can show this a little better, okay? So here, right, we're going to time the pop, jump once, and then tilt back, and then double jump again. And we're going to try and hit that sweet spot. Okay, here's another quick tip that I forgot to mention here. If you guys want a successful air dribble, you're going to have to kind of like space out your hits. So look what I mean by that. So here, right, I'm going to get a hit, and like, see how I'm kind of like spacing it out a bit, like for every hit? Because then if you space it out, right, then you're able to like kind of get the ball. You can kind of hit it harder in between the hits, meaning that it'll stay in the air a little bit better. And that'll kind of wrap it up for setup number 1, which is when you get a bounce and then try and go for an air dribble. Alright, so this is setup number 2. The logic of the first one is pretty much the same, except for this one, you're going to double jump before you get your second touch, right? Like, before you get the second touch, we're going to have to double jump before we can actually get that second hit on the ball, right? So here, watch. It's going to roll at me, right? And then it should pop up on its own, but if I don't give it a lot of power at first, it's not going to go very high, right? So with these ones, we want to hit it kind of hard, but not so hard that we can't like catch up to it, right? So I hit this like super hard, like that, right? And then I can't really catch up to it, right? And then like I said, the logic is the same. It's where we have to pop it up, and then you just time a double jump to hit that sweet spot again, right? So here, like I said, instead of saving your second jump, which, I mean, you can still do that if you want, that works, but you could also instead just kind of go for a fast aerial and just kind of try and hit the bottom right there. There we go, right? But yeah, so sometimes you don't want to like double jump like right away, because then you might hit it too high up on the ball. Like you'll hit the upper end of it, and then you won't be able to get under the ball, and then you'll have a hard time, like, you know what I mean? Because then if I do that, I'm not getting under the ball, and then that makes it kind of hard to keep it up, right? So I'm gonna show this example one more time, right? So get a little friendly pop, double jump, hit that sweet spot, and then the rest is good. You just gotta use your stick. Okay, this is setup number 3, and with this one, it's gonna roll up the wall, and then you're gonna try and like pop it off the wall, and then try and follow with it. So tip number 1 for this is follow accordingly, like this, right? And then just try and get a pop up off the wall, like that, kinda. And if you can time it with the banner up here, like that, then you're good. Like, it'll pop up nice and high, and then that's what you can work with. So second tip for these is that once you get the pop on the wall here, I like to do just a very quick like break check on the wall. And then I'll go ahead and try and go for the air dribble. So I'll go do something like this, hit, and then I'll break, and then I'll go, right? And then pretty much all you have to do at that point is that once you get there, all you have to do is just air roll away from the wall. Like, so if I'm on right wall, I just have to air roll back to the right so that my car can, turn and face the ball, right? So again, let me show you guys a quick example. Here we go, bang. Here, break, turn a bit. And then we're just gonna point our nose at the ball, right? Okay, I'm gonna do this example one more time, just at half speed. So let's let go, right? Bang. Okay, we're gonna get pop. Here, break, turn away, and then just face the ball, right? And then try and get like hit there on the underside of the ball, right? You have to look a little bit under that. So, because again, if you hit it on the top of the ball, then it's just gonna go back down, right? So there we go, right? So just gotta make sure that you're hitting it on the underside of the ball, and that you're, you know, again, you turn away off the wall towards the ball, right? So here's another quick example, right? So this is it's like the same as the other shot. Just gotta make sure that I'm able to hit it more towards the net side, like kind of more outside, more towards the net. So it's gonna look something like this, right? So I'm gonna get it to go, bop, break, and then turn, and then face the ball, right? And then we're gonna aim for the underside of the ball, right? So that we can kind of have that upward momentum with it. Kind of weird thing, but you know. All right, this will be the last example for this training pack, but it kind of falls in the same category as some of the other ones. It's just kind of more about timing, right? So here, I'm gonna pop with the bounce, and then, you know, then everything's pretty much the same. It's just a matter of like, okay, I gotta time it with like the bounce here, right? So here, time with the bounce, and then, you know, double jump, and again doing the same logic with where we're trying to like sit underneath, you know, get those small hits on the underside of the ball, right? So same thing, it's just you're catching it from a bounce, or not a bounce, a lob, right? And you're trying to bounce it back up super high and then follow it up. Just real quick here, this is a wall. This one's called Wall to Air Dribble by IP Joker. So we're not gonna be playing this one, but if you guys want to, I also really like this pack. So if you guys want to use this in your training, go ahead. I really like this one. So, but this is the one right here. It's called Full Court Air Dribbles. I'm the author of it, right? This is going to be kind of for the rest of the video how I'm going to show you guys like how you can get air dribbles from pretty much anywhere, assuming that you have the skill and the know-how, right? And if I didn't say already, check the description again, because again, all this stuff is down there, so don't miss that. Okay, so before we get started with this pack, I need to get something out of the way real quick, and that's just basically air roll and like how you get these setups, right, and how you follow through with them. So you can try and do these setups with two different types of air rolls, in my opinion. You can either do free air roll, and for reference, mine's triangle, right? Or you could do them with directional, right? Now, while you can do these with free air roll, I personally, if you have the skill and the ability to, then most of these I'm going to do with tornado spins. But just for the majority of you, we're gonna focus more on free air roll, just to keep things a little less complicated, right? Because I know a majority of you can't spin the entire time while holding air dribble. That's just too complicated. So I'm going to showcase the first shot here and how I'm going to do it, right? It's, again, the setups like I talked about before, this isn't the same as those ones, but it's like similar to the logic, right? But I'm just trying to iterate here, guys, like how like we can get setups from anywhere. We just have to have the skill, right? So bang, turn away from the wall, and then, you know, at this point, really just trying to focus on hitting it on the underside of the ball, right? There we go. Let's watch the replay here, right? So again, like, the logic's the same. It's just that, you know, I have to learn how to turn off the wall and then learn how to hit more on the underside, right? And then making sure also that you're facing towards the net. Here we go. Let's do another one just on the other side, right? So again, I'm gonna wait for the pop in the banner, break a little bit, turn with the air roll, and then, you know, give it a good amount of boost, right? Because if you guys don't boost enough, then you're not gonna be able to catch up with the ball, right? And you're not gonna get any power, okay? But there you go. There's another example. Again, watch the replay. Here we go. Turn, right? You know, you guys have to like really go at that ball, because if you don't, you're not gonna get any power, right? And then also making sure to focus on the underside of the ball. Okay, here's one of the setups we already talked about, right? Where the ball rolls at you, double jump, tilt back, right? And then we're gonna try and work on just again giving it quite a bit of boost, but also again just still work on those sweet spots, right? And then, like I said, just space out these hits, man. Just space them out. There we go. See? You see how I'm spacing out the hits so that, like, you know what I mean? All right, one more example again. It's the exact same thing, just different spot on the field, right? Bang, pop up. Like, honestly, the hardest part is just getting that double jump, right? Just being able to time the double jump here. So one, and then timing the double jump so that you hit right there, right in the sweet spot. Like, that's probably the hardest part, right? But that's, like, how you set up the rest of the air dribble. Bang, bang, and then you get a really high pop. Like that, and then the rest of the air dribble, like, is pretty simple. You just gotta, you know, space it out a bit. That's it. Okay, so for this one, it's gonna pop pretty high, but we're gonna have to like time it to where like we get as much high as possible. So like for this example, we're gonna have to really like time that double jump, like, and delay it as much as possible, right? So that we can get something like this. Okay, here's another one, a little less pop this time. All right, so this one again, again the logic there again is the same. We're just gonna do a double jump aerial now because it's gonna pop a bit too high for us to do anything else. So. Alright, so this one's like a pop off the ground, so it's gonna look something like this. So for this one, we're just gonna turn into it. Okay, so this is the last shot in the pack. It's a ground air dribble. This is not a ground air dribble tutorial, but I'm still going to showcase it anyways, just to show you, like, again, all the logic is the same. Again, it's just a matter of how you get it. Alright, and then once you guys get like super like good at your air roll or even your directional air roll, right? You can kind of do these however you want to, whatever air roll is more comfortable, but I find that once you get like really into air dribbles and stuff, you're gonna want to start using directional air roll because it just seems to be easier to me anyways. If you're really good at directional air roll, then it kind of makes air dribbles and flip resets like a lot easier. So like here, right? So instead of doing that like normal like turn off the wall here, I'm gonna actually just go ahead and just spin. So here's me doing it again, just at normal speed. So while it's not a must-have to be able to spin the whole time while doing air dribble, you know, it kind of is helpful for other things like flip resets. Alright, so I've hopped into free play here. So I just want to show you guys that once you guys get really good at air dribbles, then you can you'll be able to air dribble from anywhere. You won't even need any certain setup. You'll just be able to do it on command, right? Right. And then once you get like really into it, then especially in free play, then you can start to create like your own setups, like just in game, like free play or whatever, right? So let me show you an example. Alright, you guys, that'll be it for the air dribble tutorial. I really hope that helped you guys out. If it did, let me know down in the comments, give it a like, you know, get all the good stuff. But like I said, that'll be it for the tutorial. See you guys later. Bye.